Tammy Beilstein. Welcome to Tammy's Window on Calaveras. I have with me this evening Tara Kayton, and she is the executive director of the Bear Valley Music Festival. This girl is so talented. She is so brilliant. She's beautiful. She's super sweet. They are so lucky to have her. I'm so lucky to have you here. So you have a lot of stuff going on.
We do.
This season. Is this your first time to be?
This is my first year. I was
my gosh.
newly appointed the executive director in January.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, and congratulations to them for getting you.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I think they're excited too.
I bet. So I've never been to the Bear Valley Music. I live in Valley Springs. Mm-hmm. For some reason, Bear Valley sounds like it is a million miles away. And I think it's actually only maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours from
Probably not
from
even
me.
that far.
Not even that far?
It's only about 30 minutes from Murphy's, so depending, I guess.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm. It makes about 30 minutes from Murphy's, depending on traffic.
Okay.
But yeah, the festival, this is its 46th year. And 46th annual season.
Oh my gosh.
And it's been going strong for a long time, and a lot of that's due to the festival orchestra that plays and has been playing up there, some of them for 46 years. Musicians from all over the world, most of them all over America, who come and volunteer their time and have been playing with the orchestra at the Bear Valley Music Festival since its beginning.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a silly question, but I really don't know. Do they play at each performance a little at each performance, or do they have a night that's for them?
That's a great question. So the music director of the Bear Valley Music Festival is Michael Morgan, and he's the conductor and the maestro of the festival, and he chooses all of the classical music selections for the orchestra.
Okay.
And he has put together a really great, exciting season this year. And so the orchestra plays about 4 to 5 times in the 3 weeks during the festival. Okay. And then they have performances with special guests.
Oh, cool.
So, for instance, in our middle weekend, Taylor Eichste, who's a jazz pianist, is coming to play with the orchestra. So the orchestra will play with Taylor, and they get to have a couple rehearsals before that performance. And then there are multiple other concerts that have different genres within the orchestra because of the guest artist.
And so your artists have different types of music, and the orchestra learns how to play. Or I guess they already know because they're really do what they do.
They're all trained, conservatory
gosh.
trained musicians who've been playing for a long time in the industry, and they love coming to Bear. They love coming up to Bear Valley and seeing the mountains and playing gorgeous music with different artists from all over the.
That must be so hard for them, though, to go from one type of music one night to another type of music another night.
Sure,
Oh my
but that's
gosh.
also what I think is fun. A lot of people, I think, that don't know about the Bear Valley Music Festival don't realize that we actually are a festival. We present a number of different kinds of genres. So the classical music has been at the forefront of the festival for a long time, and obviously we'll stay true to our mission with that and keep presenting the classics. But then we also have a number of guest bands and artists that we've booked for this year that are different: bluegrass, Americana, blues, jazz.
Oh, cool.
Other past festivals, they've had opera. Sometimes they have tribute bands, like there was an ABBA tribute band, and so it really varies. But it's a good time. Any night during July 25th through August 10th, you could choose any number of things.
Oh my God! So any night, not.
No, there's only one concert per day. Some Saturdays and Sundays there are 2, but the days that there are 2, usually there's a family concert in the morning for kids and their family, or and then in the evening or afternoon there's another concert for all ages.
Do you remember who's going to be playing for the family ones? The kid
Sure. Yeah.
event?
So one of the kids' events or family events. I mean, technically it's music, so everything's family appropriate, really.
Yeah.
But there's the Michael Morgan, the conductor, put together this program last year called the Classical Stars of Tomorrow. And he actually, a month ago, went to auditions in Sacramento and San Francisco for young conservatory-trained, sort of incredible young musicians, and he pulls them together and rehearses them and has the kids play for different families. So they're the next stars of with music generation.
So neat.
Additionally, we have a woman who's a violinist named Dawn Harms, who does a lot of family shows all over. She's based in the Bay Area, and she's very talented and super funny. So it's kind of clown acts with violin playing, and she's a master at her craft and really wonderful at the violin itself.
So
but the kids love it. And now on that day, after the Dawn Harms family concert, we'll have face painting and arts and crafts for the kids. We collaborate with Arts of Bear Valley, and so there are artists from Arts of Bear Valley showing their work in a gallery next to the tent where all of the music's happening. So you can make a big day of it.
It's a whole day. That's cool. How much is something like that? Does it depend on where you sit, or is it you pay one price for the event?
Each concert is priced differently, so it depends on the day of the week, it depends on the artist, and it depends on the concert. Now, the Dawn Harms family concert, it's one price for all general seating. I think it's $15, and you can have a great time. Some of our Saturday night concerts depends on where you sit, and it depends on the artist. For instance, we have a bandoneon player named JP Joffrey. Yes, what's a bandoneon? It's kind of like an accordion, but it's bigger, and he's this master at his craft. He's from Argentina, but also based in New York City, and he's been getting a lot of incredible gigs all over the world because he has this really, really fascinating instrument.
And he's the only one who knows how to play it in the whole world, I bet.
No, but he also composes music with the instrument. So the Bear Valley Music Festival Orchestra will be playing with JP on our second Saturday, and it's going to be a new tango orchestral selection. And so prices for that, like in the premium section, which is the front, sort of front 6 or 7 rows, that's about $65, and then the back rows $25. So it just depends on what section. Yeah, we really try to make it accessible for all.
Now, when you say back row, are you like miles away?
You're not that far. So we have 500 seats in the tent. We erect a really large tent up in Bear Valley each year that has to accommodate the stage and the orchestra.
Is it the kind of tent where you're just covered on top and the sides are open? It's not a tent.
No, it's a tent there. It has closed sides as well. Yeah, it's. We'd love, someday for the festival to be big enough to build some sort of wonderful outdoor concert halls that the sound is still audible to the audience. But at this point, we still need the tent so that the music stays within the audience so they can hear and doesn't float away on the air.
That's probably such a silly question to you. I don't know about that stuff. That totally makes sense. That makes sense. Now, are people, they don't bring their own chairs?
They don't, no. We have chairs, and for most of the events, except for some of the family concerts, it's assigned seating. So you can choose your seat. If you go online to purchase a ticket, you can choose which one you want, whatever is available. And for those people that are that go and see a lot of music, particularly classical music, that piano side or the side that's where the piano's not, or things like that is really important to people because you want to see the fingers on the keys, or you want to know where the violinist is going to be, the soloist, and things like that. So
when someone goes to buy their tickets, is it all online? Like, what if I needed to ask somebody? Is there a live person I can call and get this info?
Absolutely. You can call the Bear Valley Music Festival office, which is 753-2574, and you can ask, and we can sell tickets online, or we can sell tickets to you over the phone, and we can explain
where the better seats are.
That's right.
Because I'd be like, Tara, I have no idea where to sit.
Yeah, and we can help you through that.
Very cool.
And for those of you, we have a brand new website this year. It's bearvalleymusicfestival.org. And what's really great about this one is each page you can hear the music from each musician. So there's a link for either like a YouTube clip of them playing at a hall in New York or wherever else they have, or it's just a link to hear the music itself, just like a music link. So you can hear it while you're reading about the artists.
Because if I were to just read the one man you were just talking about who plays the
bandoneon,
the Bobo Louie, I'd have no clue what that is. That's really a good idea.
Yeah.
Very nice. It might be one of my favorite instruments after I end up hearing it.
It could be, absolutely.
That is so neat. That is so neat. So what are some of the other groups that you're having?
Absolutely. We're really excited about our opening weekend. So we usually, the festival has opened with just one big act on Saturday, but we have 2 acts on our opening weekend. Friday night, July 25th, is a sort of local, like Northern California band called the Brothers Comatose, and they're an Americana folk string band. They're pretty popular with some of the younger I want to say younger crowd, but I guess between 25 and 45 age range.
Okay.
They really they're pretty cool group. And the opening Saturday, July 26th, everyone's very excited. It's Tommy Castro and the Painkillers. So he's
Painkillers.
He's a blues like rhythm and blues guy. Plays electric guitar. We were really lucky to get him because he's pretty popular and gets booked a lot. And I know that there are a lot of people in the Sierras that love Tommy Castro, and so those tickets are selling pretty well. So if you want tickets, you have to come. Yeah. Plus, it's our opening Saturday weekend.
You guys are already selling tickets.
Tickets are on sale, and they're already selling. Every day we sell more.
So who else? Make sure we get them all in.
We'll make sure we get them all in. So on our first weekend, on the first Sunday at 2:00, we have a returning group who was there last year called the Delphi Trio. So they're a string trio, violin and piano and cello, and they're sort of new in the classical world too, but they've been really up and coming. I know that they just got a really large grant from the NEA to play more, so they're really lovely. So that'll be a beautiful Sunday afternoon. And then we all of our Mondays were dark, so we don't have any concerts on Mondays. But on weeknights, particularly for anyone living in Calaveras or Alpine, Tuolumne, or Amador, most of our concerts on the weeknights are 7:00. So we hope that you can be able to still drive home and things like that. We have a wine and chamber night, so it's some members of the orchestra are going to play some chamber music, and we have a bunch of wineries that. We have a sommelier who puts together a bunch of wines from the local wineries and sort of pairs the music with the wine, so that's a really fun evening.
And when people buy their wine or buy food there, does that money go toward helping the festival?
A lot of it does, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, so we're a nonprofit arts organization, and so a good amount of our food or wine or other goods are in-kind donations to us, so that the profit from it goes straight back to the festival, which is really great, which goes right back to our musicians, of course, and
so
staff.
You have the wine and cheese night.
Wine and chamber. Yeah. And then there is a festival orchestra concert that week with this soprano. She's an opera soprano named Shawnette Sulker. She's an incredible voice, so anybody who's a fan of opera should absolutely come to the night with Shawnette. She's gorgeous, and her voice is sort of unparalleled. Soprano. She can hit higher notes than I think I could even attempt to try.
Why don't you try?
How about now? And then I think I already mentioned this, but we have Taylor Eichste coming back, who's this jazz pianist, who's this really great, and he's really busy. He was just in Hungary and then back in New York and playing in Oakland. So anyone who likes jazz, it'll be a really lovely night on a Friday evening. We have another pianist coming this year named Richard Glazier, and he's doing a new show that he's put together called From Hollywood to Broadway. Or I'm sorry, From Broadway to Hollywood.
Wow, cool.
So he has a projection screen and a movie screen, and so he plays a lot of the Broadway show tunes, and it's also sort of the story of how some of the Broadway classics and things moved into Hollywood and how it translated from the stage to...
That sounds really fun.
...to film. So that's really fun for any of our Broadway fans out there. On our middle weekend, we booked a group called Iron Horse, and they're a bluegrass band, and they actually do a bunch of covers of popular songs or famous songs, but in bluegrass style.
Oh, fun.
And we're really excited about that day because Alpine County, where Bear Valley is located, it's Alpine County's 150th anniversary this year of being Alpine County. So Bear Valley Music Festival is celebrating their 150th at our Iron Horse concert on that first Sunday in August. It's at 2:00 from 5:00, and we're going to have food vendors up there. I know like Arnold Pantry is going to be there, and we'll have local wines and beers, and hopefully make it a really fun festival day of...
What is the name of that group that you just mentioned?
Iron Horse.
I think I might have seen them on YouTube.
It's possible, yeah. They're again
pretty popular,
and we're really lucky to have gotten them for this year.
Yeah, I can't remember what I listened to a couple of songs of theirs, but they were like you were saying.
Yep.
popular modern songs, but done in that bluegrass style, and I couldn't believe how much I loved it.
Yeah,
it was
it's
really neat.
Really
and
neat.
I said to my daughter, "How awesome is that to be able to take a song that everybody knows it? I can only imagine it that one way, and to change it into something so different, and it's really, really nice. I like that.
Yeah, so that should be a really fun Sunday afternoon.
Nice.
And then as we round into our closing week, we have, I'm so sorry, the Festival Orchestra is going to be playing with Stephanie Buchner, I'm sorry, yes, Sarah Chase and Stephanie Buchner, who are soloist, violinist, and pianist, and they'll be doing some wonderful pieces that the orchestra's put together. And then we have our annual gala, which actually the public is invited to go to. It's a $75 ticket, and it's a masquerade ball this year, Moonlight Masquerade. And we just confirmed that Shawnette, who's the opera singer, will also be singing and playing with some of the orchestra members at our gala.
That sounds neat.
And it's an auction as well. So we have a silent auction and a live auction and a raffle and wonderful food and wine, and you get to dress in masquerade ball gowns. And
that does not happen around here
masks.
very often.
Yeah.
That is really neat. What a fun idea.
And we will have masks on hand for anybody who doesn't actually have one, but yeah, that should be a really fun night. And that's like our final Saturday, and all those proceeds go to help support the Bear Valley Music Festival. So it's a really fun night. You can bid on amazing art. We have lots of packages. I know that some of the, in the live auction, we'll be raffling off a trip. We're still finalizing the details of what the trip will be. Some lovely vacation last year. It was a trip to Africa on sort of an African safari. So we'll have something like that.
Are you pretty set with all of your donations? And
no, we're definitely still looking for more. So anybody who thinks that they could donate something to our auction, live or silent, anything would help. We're always taking.
Just give you guys a call at that number, or you visit your website.
Or visit our website, bearvalleymusicfestival.org. And
you guys are on Facebook?
We are.
Because I do like everything on
We're
Facebook.
on Facebook, we're on Twitter. We definitely, the whole festival stepped up into the social media world this year in a lot of ways. Instagram as well. There's no pictures there yet because we haven't started, but soon.
Yes. That is such a good idea. You guys are, I know it's already so popular, like everyone in the whole county except for me and my husband have been there. but being on Facebook, you'll reach such a bigger crowd, a different crowd of people that maybe hadn't gone to visit your website before and checked out all the info. Now, some of those sound like, did we get to all the different groups?
Well, I was just going to, the final concert is with the orchestra, and it's an all Beethoven program.
Nice.
So I know that people will be excited about that. And some of the other composers that the orchestra will play throughout the festival. I know we have a Mendelssohn night so for any classical music lovers out there, be sure to check each of the festival orchestra nights to see all of the different composers.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Now some of those sound like the kind of thing where I'm thinking of my husband and I going, where we'd want to stay all day, maybe even all night. When I think of Bear Valley, though, I think of camping, which is
You can camp if you are a camper.
No,
but
no.
This is a good question because there's a lot of questions going on in Bear Valley in general, the village as well as the mountain, because of the cooperative that's happening with the ski mountain. But Bear Valley Lodge will be open during the Bear Valley Music Festival, and
is it a large lodge?
It is a large lodge.
A lot of rooms.
Yeah, there are a lot of rooms, and they. I've heard from. Obviously, this is my first festival, so don't have all the experience yet, but I've heard that the lodge can book out, can fill up for time during the festival, particularly those popular nights. There are a number of other places to stay up there. You can contact Bear Valley Vacation Rentals if you're interested in making a weekend of it. They're associated with Bear Valley Real Estate, and so because there are plenty of homeowners up there who can't be there the whole time for the festival, or they're on vacation, so they rent their place out.
That's a nice idea.
So you can do a vacation rental. And some of the houses up in Bear Valley are spectacular to behold, for sure.
And then you were saying Bear Valley is only like 30 minutes from Murphy, so there's also the Murphy's Hotel and other places.
Yeah, you could stay in Murphy's if you don't mind the drive, or in Arnold. Different places. The Meadowmont Lodge in Arnold has always been really generous to the Bear Valley Music Festival. And then, absolutely, Murphy's. If you make a big weekend of it, go wine tasting at Murphy's, go to the festival, hear a concert. There's the Murphy Suites, Victorian Inn. There's plenty of places to stay.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Just so we don't do the camping.
Or those who like camping, there's tons to do in the day too if you want to make a day of it that if you are outdoorsy, you can go to Lake Alpine, you can go hiking. There's lots of lovely, beautiful things to do up there in Bear Valley for the day, and then come listen to a concert at night.
Yeah. And I bet it's a lot cheaper than the way I think of where's the hotel, where's the restaurant.
Sure,
Let's go to the
sure.
music festival.
It's really what's really nice about it, and I think this is why the musicians come back time and time again to the orchestra, is that it's kind of not a vacation up there, but you're away. You're high up at 7,000 feet altitude. The vistas are gorgeous. Right. The air is cleaner, and then the music on the air. It's just I can only assume going to be a lovely sight to behold. And
you're so right about the feeling of getting away, though. It's, like I was saying, it feels like it's a million miles away. It's really not, but it feels like it's a different world when you're in that area. There was some lake that my family went to. Is there a Mosquito Lake or
maybe closer towards Markleeville? If you keep going over Highway 4, you can make it to Tahoe. And just in a couple hours, I believe.
Somewhere around there, my family went. It just, if you feel like you're in a different world.
Absolutely. Yeah. But it's beautiful. Yeah, and it's great for the family too. You know, even the concerts, they're at 7, and you could make it back down in time.
It's true.
Or really make a whole weekend of it.
Very nice. Now, how do you find these people, or do they come and ask you an audition, or you go looking for them?
That's a great question. So prior to my experience being hired here at the Bear Valley Music Festival, I worked for a really large international festival. It was called the International Festival of Arts and Ideas in Connecticut, and their major festival in terms of their funding as well as the caliber and scope. They presented 788 artists last summer from all over the world. So through that job, I made a lot of contacts with agents and managers who represent artists. And it's a complicated task booking a festival. It's not easy.
Right.
And a lot of times it comes down to the artist's availability and the artist's what their fee is, or if they can bring part of their band or half of their band, or what if they're even on tour. Sometimes they're not on tour, and they have lives too, you know.
Do they?
They do.
I just think they're for us.
Yeah, exactly. And when booking a festival too, you wanna have an eclection of different options and genres. So we have jazz, we have blues, we have bluegrass. We have if I'd booked 7 bluegrass bands, then we would be the Bear Valley Bluegrass Festival. Yeah. But we're not that. So and sometimes you wanna try and bring a name that will pull from the local crowd or pull from the Bay Area. And this year was a pretty difficult task because I was hired in January. I spent most of February trying to book artists, and that's really late to book for the summer. Yeah. So I look forward to October trying to book the artists for next year.
How do you guys do your advertising? Now that you mentioned it, the Bay Area and all of that.
We advertise in the Bay Area and the Valley and all up in the Sierras as well. Okay. And we have a pretty, 46 years, we have a pretty robust mailing list of people who have been coming, and obviously the Homeowners Association in Bear Valley. But also because the music director, Michael Morgan, is the conductor of the Oakland East Bay Symphony, we have a lot of contacts and inroads through the Bay Area. Okay. But I think that the Bay Area is pretty aware of Bear Valley, particularly those that ski or snowboard in the winter time. And if they're aware of Bear and they like to go there as opposed to, say, Lake Tahoe to go to the bigger ski resorts, they either have homes up there or they just love it because the area is so beautiful and have discovered the music festival.
Yes, it is beautiful. I just like a shower afterwards. That's my thing. That is beautiful there. Yeah. So
I sense that you're not an outdoorsy type.
No, I am so against it.
Okay. So this is good though. For those that aren't outdoorsy, I don't think you should be too concerned about your options for going to the Bear Valley Music Festival.
Seriously, I'm thinking the word tent.
No.
And I'm thinking, but you're saying
it's a huge tent with places to sit. Okay. There's wine vendors, there's beautiful music, there are places to stay, there are food, there'll be lots of people. It's not too remote, but the views are beautiful. Yes. So you feel like you've sort of traveled a distance.
I feel like you would take very good care of people like me who are there who don't really want to get dirty and would want to enjoy.
You're not going to get dirty. The tent is erected on a large parking lot that's next to these beautiful granite rocks and pine trees. So we're not sort of out in the middle of the woods or anything.
Okay.
Even though Bear Valley is essentially the woods. We're right in downtown, the Bear Valley Village. We're right next to the lodge where there's places to eat and grab a drink and use the facilities.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And right next to the tent is going to be this gallery space where the Arts of Bear Valley artists will put up some of their paintings or any of their pieces of art. They'll be for sale and for people to look at.
Sounds nice. I should have asked you.
There's
or maybe
parking. It's very civilized.
You probably did explain that in the beginning, and as soon as I hear, Bear Valley and tent, I'm thinking what my family has tried to do, and I'm like, I'm never going again.
Not like a tent, not like something you camp in, but like a very, very large structure. It takes days to install. Comes on trucks, and it's really large. It's not like a circus tent either. I don't want people to think that. It's just really almost like something you would see at a large event or a wedding.
Okay, I know
it's
what
white
you mean
paneled. It has a ceiling with
wedding tent.
I guess yes.
Yes.
But there's a huge stage, 45-foot stage where all of the musicians are. We have lights.
Gosh, I really can't imagine a tent that big. That sounds really gorgeous. I'm starting to picture it now.
And we drape it with fabric. It's it's
stores
lovely.
and restaurants nearby. That makes me feel
yes.
better.
Yes.
In case you all get stranded and we're starving to death and don't have
a show. Oh my goodness. No, not at all. Not at all.
I'm kidding. I get really dramatic when I think about having to be outside for too long.
No, and
I'm totally teasing you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't know how to appease your concerns.
No, I get it now. I totally get it. It sounds like it's a beautiful place. I know it's a beautiful place. I just, like I said, I've never been, but I do look forward to going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think we probably would want to make like a whole night of it and find.
I really encourage people, and I find a lot of people, particularly in Calaveras, are very aware of the Bear Valley Music Festival, and some of them just have never been. Yeah. And either they're not fans of classical music, or they don't realize that we offer so many different things, or they just sometimes it's not on their radar to just go up there in the summer, but. Even a Wednesday night, you could go up there and have a little concert, something local, or make it a date night and come up on a Friday or Saturday.
Up until just this year, we had both of our kids, at home. Now they're both off and doing their own thing, and it's just my husband and myself. And that sounds like a perfect night for the two of us to go do something like that.
Absolutely. And it's important for those that do have families because it's music, and obviously for the next generation to bring kids, it's really great. We have youth prices because we think that it's important to get that next generation of audiences appreciating live music and how it's played, and to enjoy that. And Michael Morgan is, he's a truly extraordinary person. He's incredibly talented and has so much passion for what he does and choosing the music. And I think that this year's festival is going to be pretty great. And
oh, I bet. Do you have on your, I'm thinking small town again, but on your website or the Facebook page, a place where someone like me can print out a flyer that I can hang up at work or help to get the word out on my own?
Yeah, absolutely. If you go to bearvalleymusicfestival.org and click on the events tab, there's a whole listing calendar. You could print that right out and put that on your fridge.
Good to know.
And also on the Facebook page as well.
Nice.
And there are brochures out in the land now, so
cool.
Hopefully you'll see those and grab one of those.
I'll be looking for that. I am so sorry to have teased you tonight. I think
That's
you're
okay.
darling, and I love all the work you do.
Thanks,
we're so
Tammy.
lucky to have you here.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. And come back and
absolutely
keep me up on everything that you're involved in.
I will. Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time on Tammy's Window on Calaveras.